Do you stop eating greens during monsoon? And what's the reason for that? Do you think it can lead to a lot of infection if you eat spinach, fenugreek during monsoon? And that's the reason probably most of the people stop bringing it during monsoon. It's a common trend, a common custom which is followed across many parts of the world, that during monsoon, especially in India, most of the household don't purchase green. They prefer avoiding it at least during 3 months or 4 months of monsoon when it is raining very heavily. Well, what's the reason behind it? If we see scientifically, during monsoon there is a high amount of toxicity in the water, because from everywhere the water gets collected, water gets contaminated, and due to that the leafy vegetable which usually grows near the ground, the toxins may get leached into the leaves. That's the reason, one most important reason why people usually avoid greens during monsoon. Secondly, it's a plant's natural defense system that during monsoon, since there are more number of germs, more number of insects, the population of lots of insects grows during this season. Natural instinct of plant is to survive well, and to deal with these number of pests, they increase the toxin content or the chemical which repels the insects to feed on them. And that's the reason lot of things which are not so good for human beings, the amount of those chemicals increase in the greens. That's the reason you should avoid, or that is the reason why people usually avoid greens during monsoon. But before moving ahead, I would like you to know why we should have greens daily. Well, sun is the ultimate source of energy, everyone knows it. The only way to capture that energy, in fact, among the few important ways to capture that energy, the cheapest way is plants. Plants are the only primary producers which captures the sunlight, its energy, they convert it into usable form of carbohydrate, proteins, fats, whatever that is consumed by human beings for their survival. So greens are the most important thing in anybody's life. If you are trying to avoid greens, it will not have a very positive impact on your health. So what should we do? What's the thing? Or why eating greens helps you is because if you see the chemical which is there in greens, that is chlorophyll, and the structure of chlorophyll and the structure of hemoglobin which is present in our blood are very similar, except for in our blood, in the hemoglobin which is there in the blood, which carries the oxygen, and that also determines our health. That's the reason whenever you go for checkup, your hemoglobin level is always checked, okay, which determines your oxygen carrying capacity. Hemoglobin has iron in its center, whereas chlorophyll has magnesium in its center. So apart from this, the structure of both the things are absolutely same. So for body, it becomes very easy to absorb and use it in a productive way. That's the reason you should never ever allow even a single day to go without eating greens. Well, that is an ideal situation. But the more better you'll follow, the more better health you will have. Monsoon increases the toxicity and contamination in the greens, then what's the solution? Well, if you think greens means only spinach, fenugreek or coriander, then please think again. There are multiple greens that can be consumed. Well, there is one very beautiful green that is quite common in South, but you can always buy it and make it common in your home and around people whom you know it. You can share it. One is, if you are scared to eat something that is growing very close to the ground like spinach or fenugreek, you can go for some greens which are growing at higher level like curry leaves, Moringa is also called as sejan or shenga in Marathi. Well, it grows on tree. You can easily pick it, pluck it. Even the people nowadays in market, you will see moringa leaves or shenga leaves, a bundle of it. Yes, it is, the leaves are very tiny, but it is, once you get used to it, it is one of the most miraculous leaf that you can ever have, because it has high level of vitamin C, iron, magnesium. Well, you can go search on Google and you can find thousands of uses of moringa, and many people know it also across the world. So make sure that during monsoon, when you are trying to avoid greens which are growing at the lower level of the ground, try to go for greens which grows at a higher level from ground, maybe on trees, like I said, moringa, curry leaves. Then you can also grow wheat grass at your home, and in case it is too cumbersome, which we know nobody usually grows it every day, and if you grow, you'll have it for a week or something, then the best alternative, if you are busy with your work schedule but still you want to take the benefit of green, then you can go for powdered moringa, which you can order from Amazon. You can order powdered wheatgrass, dry wheatgrass. Well, these things you can just keep it in your kitchen, and in the morning you can just take some amount of it, maybe 1/4. You can start with 1/4 tablespoon of moringa powder or wheatgrass powder during like whenever you want to wish to start, and then with 1/4 you see how it is suiting your body, because every body is unique. You need to first understand how your body is reacting to that thing. If you are okay with 1/4 spoon, you can slowly increase more quantity, maybe half spoon for another 15 days. Then maybe after more 1 month, you can go for 1 teaspoon. Well, these greens will always help you to have a very positive effect on your health. So if you are always on go and you don't have a lot of time, then you know what you can take. You can take curry leaves, you can take moringa powder, you can take wheatgrass powder. Then one more grain is there which people think people might not be very comfortable having it, but it is extremely beneficial again. Well, it's neem. Many people may just run away from the name of the neem, but yes, how you can consume it in a very comfortable way is you can again take neem powder, make a small ball out of it, and just pop it with water. It really, you will not even be able to make out its taste. Well, those who have some capacity and patience, they can just pluck one leaf, wash it and keep it in their mouth for a longer time. Slowly they will get used to the taste, the bitter taste of neem leaves, and they will also get the benefit of it. Well, if you are not a person who would love to have neem, then you can just make a ball out of it. There are capsules also available in the market. Well, I would suggest the best is the leaves. If leaves are not possible, go for the powders. If powders you cannot consume even as a ball, then you go for the capsule, because planned one is better than planned none. Okay, now one more greens that I would like to talk about is, suppose you are not able to get your greens from leafy vegetable. Well, then go for the vegetable which are green in color, because even they have proteins. One very tasty, I will say, substitute would be, I know many people might differ, but if you take bitter gourd juice, which is absolutely green in color, it is high in vitamin C also. So if you can consume it, well and good. Start with a very small quantity, so you know that your body is completely comfortable with it. So I was talking about how you can take greens during monsoon. Well, if you can't eat leafy vegetable which grows near the ground, go for something which grows on top. If you can't go for leafy vegetable which grows on top, then go for the dried powders like moringa, neem, wheatgrass. And suppose even if you can't go for that, then go for vegetable which looks green, which are green in colors, like you can have capsicum, you can have bottle gourd, you can have bitter gourd. There are so many vegetables. So make sure that every day you take something green. Okay, so you can have the benefit of the green. In fact, greens are the blessings to the world. That is the nature's way of providing the nutrition, or that is your transformer. It takes the energy, it captures the energy from the sun, and it produces that carbohydrate and fats and proteins for you, so you can use it. Make use of green to stay healthy. I am health coach Neeraj Ganatra, and that's all for today now. If you think you have received some useful information through this video, I would request you to like, subscribe and share it with people who stop eating greens during monsoon. Eat greens and stay fit.